Jingle bells, jingle all the way. What fun it is to ride in one horse open sleigh. Hey! Mac, are you getting ready for Christmas, dude? Mac's here to help me today with our intro and our giveaway today. So I hope you are into the spirit of Christmas and getting ready because there's so much to do. Mac, how many days till Christmas?
15.
15 days! Oh my goodness, we have so much to do, guys. So let's get down to it. Today's tip is about budgeting. So the closer we get to Christmas, the more urgency we feel and we tend to overspend, right? So the tip today, Mac, is restrain yourself. Stick to your budget. Whatever you have set, stick to it. And I love homemade gifts, so don't be afraid to get some things together at home and make some homemade gifts. Those can be the most special gifts of all. And one of the things we're giving away today, the manger scene, was a homemade gift. So we're going to have a tip today on a gift that's very inexpensive too that you can make yourself. So stick to that budget. Only 15 days to go, guys. Let's get to are you ready to get to the drawing?
Yeah. To
see who won? So today, this is the only time so far that we have drawn 2 winners, and this is for our 2 nativity scenes. So this is how it works, Mac. He's new to this. Coleman usually does this with me. Are you excited about Christmas?
Yeah.
What do you want for Christmas?
Money.
Money. Well, I hope Santa brings his wallet. Okay, don't look. Reach up high. Okay, who won the first one? This will be for the homemade one.
Amanda Parker.
Amanda Parker, congratulations. You won the one that my friend made, the little wooden set. So congratulations, Amanda. Let's shake it up again. Fairness, fairness.
Annie J.
I think it's Ann J.
Oh, Annie J.
Annie J. Ann J, you won the numbered nativity in the little box. So congratulations to both of you, Amanda and Ann. And if you will go back to where you commented our singer's name, Jaylee, then you will see a message from me, and that'll help us get your gift to you as soon as possible. All right, thanks so much for everybody who entered to win that, and I hope you'll enter again today to win, because today we are giving away, this is for the whole family. Help me out, Mac. We are giving away warm wool socks for the whole family. Guys, I wish you could feel these socks. They are called the world's softest socks. And they really are. They feel wonderful. And hold it up closer so they can see the styles. This is the pair of men's socks, so they're larger. And then we have either women or kids can wear these. So, okay, to enter to win our family socks, then I want you to watch today's video. And I have a very, very special guest who is going to be sharing about Christmas past. So comment who that person is. You can either comment their name or their relationship to me. And just comment that and you will automatically be entered to win. This drawing will be next Tuesday for the socks. So get those in. Let's see, is there anything else before we go to our video? Well, I would like to say thank you for being with me today. And Dirt Road Believer is so excited about growing. We're a very tiny channel, but you're making us bigger. So thank you for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed yet, I invite you to. Also, apparently it's a big deal on YouTube to like the little thumbs up and share. So please do that and enjoy today's video, and I'll see you in just a bit for the devotion. Thanks for helping out today, Matt.
You're welcome.
Hope you get your cash.
Hey, we got it!
Today's signature hot cocoa. Oh my gosh, y'all are gonna die. Some of y'all are gonna stroke out at how rich this is going to be in the ingredients that I'm using. I am an eggnog lover. If you're not, you can skip the eggnog. That'll be okay. But if you're an eggnog lover, oh my goodness. I mean, you could just eat the topping off of this hot cocoa and you could be happy. Completely happy. Satisfied. Happy. So here we go. This one is called Eggnog Blissmas. Wait till you see this. Okay, guys. Eggnog Blissmas. We're going to start with a little, well, depending on how many cups of cocoa you're making. I'm only making one, so that was probably too much. And I actually get my, I put that in the refrigerator, my condensed milk, because I want it nice and firm, so it'll stay on top of my whipped cream. And then, like, dink, that's enough. Like, that's all you need in the eggnog department. Mix it up real good. Then we are going to color it green. Christmas green. I put a drop of food coloring in there. We're going to get it bright green. This is a very festive looking hot cocoa. Blissmas. And if you, FYI, if you have never mixed eggnog and sweetened condensed milk together before, you're missing out on life, okay? This was an experiment I did, but boy, am I glad I did it because, whew, it's good stuff. All right, so, as always, delicious cup of Hershey's hot cocoa. Here we go with our nice thick layer of whipped cream. And now, you know, to get a good drizzle, you've got to start kind of high here. And look, oh, doesn't that look good? Just drizzle, drizzle, drizzle. As I said, just eat the whipped cream off the top, you'll be happy. And then I've got one, I think two would be cute too. Just top it off with a little candy cane there. Isn't that nice? And then if you want to get really fancy, you can put a little Christmas sprinkle or something on top. Oh, wouldn't that be cute to do like a silvery looking glitter or something? Baking glitter, of course. Here I am in front of the Christmas tree with my Eggnog Blissmas hot cocoa. And it's the best of both worlds. You get eggnog and hot cocoa. I think you're gonna like that. Enjoy. We're confusing ourselves. Hey, Daddy. Hey, Daddy.
Hey, Sugar. How are you doing?
Do you have a Christmas memory from your childhood you want to share with me?
Yeah, I heard Mama's and it's all about touchy-feely stuff, but mine is mine's the guy more of a contact sport. I had always liked airplanes, and I got a model airplane for Christmas, and it had a real gasoline engine, had to have a battery to crank it, and it was red and yellow. Don't know what kind it was, but it was a sharp-looking plane. And after all the Christmas stuff was done, me and my brother and my dad went out back, and my dad started trying to crank it by looking at the directions. And he worked for probably 2.5, 3 hours and took a break. And then he read some more, and he came back, and he did it again, and it finally cranked up. And it was terrific to hear it run. It was a Cox 049. I know a lot of people don't know, but some people will identify with it. Anyway, the afternoon was running late, and he said, rather than try to fly it today, we'll have more time tomorrow, and we'll fly it tomorrow. Well, what is it, that Christmas adage, sugar plums danced in my head? So the next day, you know, it cranked up fairly quickly compared to the day before, and he had assembled the control lines and all, because it was a control line model. And he got out in the center of a circle, and he took off, and he flew it about 2 rounds and crashed it.
Oh no.
Yeah, but I couldn't have been any happier. It cranked, it ran, it made noise, and it flew. And it crashed, and that was A-okay.
That was enough for you, huh?
That was it. Best Christmas I've ever had. Best Christmas I ever had.
That sounds like a pretty fancy gift for back then.
Well, it was for a 6 or 7-year-old kid.
I remember one time Mama telling me that you know how stockings now are like just more gifts? I remember her saying one time that y'all's stockings kind of had like oranges, nuts, and peppermints, I think.
Yep, oranges and apples and maybe a little candy, and
Right.
that was it.
Had some English walnuts. Had to have English walnuts.
Brazil nuts.
And Zill nuts.
Brazil nuts.
Well, we couldn't pronounce it. It was Zill nuts. That
He couldn't pronounce it. I could.
pronunciation came at about 14 or 15 years old.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing with me.
Well, you're more than welcome, baby.
I love you.
I love you too.
Love you.
Bye.
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 I want to share a great idea for you and your family. A friend of mine, Jessica, shared this with me. Last year for Christmas, her friend gave her memories in a jar, and she put it inside a cute little crate with paper and pen. And Jessica keeps this jar out on her living room table. And all throughout the year, her family adds to it. Anytime they have done something that they want to remember, they just write it down, put it in the jar, and then at New Year's, they get them out and read them. I think this is a wonderful idea. It would make a great gift, and what a blessing to go back at the end of a year and have the whole family read their memories to treasure. It's awesome. Thanks for sharing, Jessica. Hey guys, welcome to today's devotion. You may hear some Christmas music playing in the background. We've got our sons and my husband out there. They're putting up our Christmas lights on the house today. So they're out there knocking around and listening to Christmas music really loud. So if you hear it, that's what it is. Today, this week really, we have begun our focus on the Holy Family. So this week has been all about the Christ child. Next week, we're going to get to Mary and Joseph. But when we talk about the Christ child today, I want you to hear how singular and how one the coming of this baby is. We can get all wrapped up in the Christmas season, but if we can boil it all down to just one thing, Jesus, the simplicity of it really begins to bring about this abundance and this multitude. Doesn't that sound backwards? You know, in our way of thinking, more is more. And the more we can accumulate, the more we have, and the more ideas we have, the more creative we are. But you know, spiritually speaking, when you boil it all down to just Jesus, then that abundance naturally occurs. So in Isaiah 9:6, we read the prophecy of the Christ child. It says, "For unto us a child is born, to us a son is given, and the government will be on his shoulders, and he will be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace." Just one child, just one and only son. And so today I want to kind of break out of our earthly way of thinking that more is more, and let's adopt kingdom thinking, which shows how just one really is more abundant and more fulfilling than the multitudes. Let me just to illustrate my point, let's look back in the Old Testament. The Old Testament was filled with prophets. The Old Testament was filled with, if you look at the Jewish laws, there were over 600 laws that Jews had to follow. There were multitudes of sacrifices that had to be made to atone for those sins when those laws were broken. There was a really long time where those who served the Lord had to follow just oodles of laws, and just like today, there were piles and piles and piles of sin, just like today. And then, out of all of that, God said, that's enough. That's enough. No more. And he obliterated it all with just one birth. One birth. Now with the birth of Jesus, everything comes under one name, the name of Jesus. I love the way Colossians says it in chapter 2, verse 14. It says, he forgave us all our sins, having canceled the written code with its regulations that was against us, that stood opposed to us. He took it away, nailing it to the cross. God had better for us. He started something brand new with the birth of Jesus. And in God's great compassion for us, he made a way to him through a tender relationship with his only son. In John 14:6, it says, I am the way. There is only one way to God, and that is through a relationship with Jesus Christ. Okay, now, we've looked at the Old Testament. We've looked at all the regulations, all the laws, all the sacrifices, all the prophets, and no more. Just one. Now I want you to relate this to your life and look at all that your life encompasses. Family, work, running a household, raising children, school, maybe you're a student, your responsibilities within your community and church, and just the myriad of obligations that you have in this Christian life. It is enough to make your head spin. I know it is mine sometimes. And so I'm asking you this December, as we happen to December, to say, enough. Enough. Not enough to your responsibilities, not abandoning your commitments, but bringing it all under one name, under the name of Jesus. I had someone tell me last week that she was getting a bit overwhelmed. She's a school teacher, and there were tests, and there were all these things that had to be done before the Christmas break, and it just all became too much, and she stopped. And she reminded herself, I am happening to December. I'm not letting December happen to me. And so she took a new approach with that, and she got a huge blessing out of it. I love writing and I love words, but sometimes words are just too much. Sometimes I think the power and direction of just one word is really all that we need. One word can steer us in a direction. One word can unify our thinking. I think about people in the Bible, and I think for a season of their life, you can really just define them by one word. I think about Abraham, and I think sacrifice. David, warrior. Noah, build. Moses, led. And we're all in a different season of our life. And I think as we reflect on this past year, and as we think about moving forward into a new year, we need to be prayerful. And what I'd like to challenge you with is come up with your word, not on your own, but a word that you and God arrive at together. One word that is going to steer you in a direction for 2021. A word that you're going to center your life around. Once that word is chosen, then we're going to talk more about living out that word with purpose and with intention. For the past 2 years, my word has been writing. I have wrapped my life around the word writing. It was a word that I felt like God led me to, that God kind of uncovered a gift in my life. And so I'll kind of share with you more about how that worked and how I lived that word out. But this year it's a new word, and I'm not going to tell you what that word is. Right now it feels very personal to me, but I'm already beginning to gear up for how I'm going to start my year out. And you know, we can come up, and we haven't we all come up with like a list of 50 New Year's resolutions in the past? You know, I'm about ready to stand up like the Lord did and say, no more. It's just one. And I have done this for the past maybe 4 or 5 years, and it has proven to be so just meaningful, and it just drives me in such a direction. And you know, when I've had 50 New Year's resolutions in the past, where has it gotten me? Nowhere, because in 2 weeks' time, I can't remember what half of them are. One word I can remember. One word I can be prayerful about all day. One word can direct my entire way of living. So your word may be linked to a dream of yours. It may be linked to a character trait that you feel like God is trying to refine in you. So however you come to that word, I want you to be very prayerful about it. And I guarantee that when you have that one word, it is going to be way better than the laundry list of New Year's resolutions that you may have had in the past. So pray about your word, and God will begin to show you the power of just one. God has already shown us the power of just one, because that's what this Christmas season is all about. It is about the birth of a tiny little baby who shattered the silence and made a way for us to be in relationship with God our Father. So thank you for being with me. I'm always, guys, every day, I have a prayer list, and on it says DRB. And every day, if you are a viewer, I'm lifting you up in prayer, and I would love to do so more specifically if you need more specific prayer. All you have to do is reach out to me, comment, and I will be more than happy to pray for you and your need daily. I hope you have a wonderful day today in the grace and love of the one who created you. And until next time, slow down, take the dirt road, believer.